In the opening scene, we are introduced to the protagonist that she is a dangerous patient, which becomes even more evident when she attacks a nurse without any reason. Anita is tossed into a dark cell as she recounts all the events as punishment, and during her time there, she of her past life, and attractive cheerleader at their college. Very little things in common, the two enjoy each other, unlike herself. Despite having others' company, Anita also has a boyfriend named for her best friend than for her romantic part, but she holds a stronger affection for her. Sorry, Chip. On a particular evening, Jennifer invites Anita to a local dive bar where an indie rock band form. Upon their arrival, Jennifer gets drawn to the lead performer named Low Shoulder is going to perform. She approaches him. The two then chat. While she is away, Nicholas approaches his band for a while, and Jennifer is sent to get some drink, saying she will be perfect for their project. Bandmates and discusses Jennifer's virginity act, their indie rock concept album. Anita, who overhears their conversation, feels weird and later shares it with her best friend. However, Jennifer doesn't performance and everyone begins to pay much attention to it. Soon after, the band starts their to enjoy themselves. However, a sudden electrical short circuit causes spreads throughout the bar. Chaos of fire that rapidly spreads their lives. Amidst the commotion, the two friends manage to escape through a bathroom window. Ensues as people scramble to save them. Surprisingly, the band members are all manner as if nothing happened. Already outside, acting in a relaxed, Nicholas asks Jennifer to join them. They talk for a while, and out of the blue, the whole thing creeps Anita out, but Jennifer agrees without any hesitation. She even ignores her best friend and gets into the guy's van. After they drive away, Anita returns home and sharing all the details of the incident, immediately contacts her boyfriend with him. In the middle of their conversation, Anita is startled by the sound of the doorbell. She slowly proceeds downstairs, intensifying her fear. With a sense of unease, she returns and opens the door, but discovers nobody outside to her room. But then hears noises coming from the kitchen. Anita goes to investigate the source, only to find Jennifer. Completely more creepy, she lets out an evil covered in blood. To make matters smirk, Jennifer then opens the fridge and starts to devour raw chicken. Just then, she screams at the top of her lungs and vomits a trail of dark fluid by some sort of devilry. Either that, or she's had one too many. It appears as if she has been possessed. It was too much for Anita to handle. Any white claws. The whole scenario. So she attempts to call for help, but Jennifer quickly pins her against the wall. She then prepares to bite Anita's neck, but something takes over her and she suddenly runs away from there. The following morning at school, Anita off the events of the previous night. She also appears disturbed, unable to shake off worries about her best friend, but much to completely fine state. And to her surprise, Jennifer appears and addresses Anita's concerns. Shortly after their lives in the bar incident from the previous professor offers condolences for those who lost this night. Everyone is saddened by the news and mocks the situation, confused, but Jennifer remains indifferent and even used. Anita wonders what is wrong. Something to do with the Low Shoulder band. Later, Anita seeks out Chip and tells him everything about her best friend. She knows that her behavior has hurt Jennifer, including her evil appearance from the other day. Sounds like she just had one too many White Claws, babe. On the other hand, Jennifer approaches the college football. Apparently, he also died in the fire incident, who's grieving the loss of his best friend. With words of comfort, Jennifer leads him to the forest located behind their college. Once there, she does a really good job, and at this air, she begins to seduce him and mysteriously starts surrounding them. Just as Jonas is same time, several birds and animals about to inquire further, Jennifer transforms into her evil form and brutally disembowels him to death. His chilling screams are heard by a college professor who rushes to the scene and finds his I would look like after Megan Fox had her mutilated corpse. This is exactly what I do with me. Later in the evening, Anita and haunted by the incident, but Jennifer urges her to move on, emphasizing that life is too short for these things. Jennifer engage in a phone conversation. Anita remains hangs. In the midst of their conversation, Jennifer deliberately burns her own tongue with a lighter, yet she remains on her boyfriend, who shockingly informs her about harmed. Just then, Anita is called by Jonas's murder, making her even more worried. Meanwhile, Low Shoulders that they saved a bunch of people during that fire. Hundreds and thousands of people start gains a lot of popularity due to the false arresting them for a concert, and a charity appearance at the local school is finally confirmed, move that Machop gets at level 7. Later, the locals, including Anita, are following this. The movie cuts to 1 month later, move on from the tragic incident. However, finally able to smile again, and Jennifer appears lethargic, weary, and unwell. One day, after
Hello, Needy.
Hi.
Jennifer. Yeah, what? I don't, how'd you...
I don't know if I'll go out with you.
No. How'd you
Just
know?
go ahead with the pitch.
Okay.
To her place, Buddy's about to get sucked dry and texts him her address, inviting him to the location provided by Jennifer, while Anita and Chip. Later that night, Colin eagerly drives to spend intimate time together. Upon arriving at the deserted, and the house is still under construction. It's sketchy, but this is the destination. Colin realizes that the area is deserted. He enters the house anyway and encounters Jennifer, the arbiter of MGK's seed we're talking about. So without wasting any time, she begins to seduce her, who momentarily startles him from behind. With this is normal, and the poor boy has a wonderful time to kiss him. For the first few minutes, everything goes fine. But then, he notices a disturbing change in Jennifer's eye. Colin tries to run away from there, but the evil girl once again transforms into her monstrous self and murdered in a sadistic manner. Guess she's getting mercilessly kills him. She even drinks his blood. Meanwhile, Anita, who is in the middle of romance, suddenly starts hallucinating. She's ceiling. This unsettling experience sees Jonas's spirit on the couch and blood dripping from the terrifies her, leading her to abruptly. It is not the end of her worries, as she almost runs to leave Chip's place and drive away. However, it's over Jennifer, who is drenched in blood. Filled with panic, Anita rushes back home and locks herself in her bedroom, attempting to calm her disturbed mind. She lies down as she finds Jennifer present in her room in bed. However, to her dismay, appearing normal once again. This perplexes Anita, leaving her unsure of what is happening. And before she can even react, Jennifer... Oh man! Following these events, Jennifer reveals a shocking truth. Low Shoulder, the band from the bar fire incident, had taken her to the same mysterious to Satan in exchange for their fame and waterfall, and offered her as a virgin sacrifice. She did not die because she was not fortune. She further claims that despite the success of the truly a virgin, this mishap also injured. Jennifer explains that she never became normal because assured that the band stayed crap. However, she was permanently possessed by Satan. After the incident, she remembers waking up unharmed, even after being stabbed by the band members several times way back home. She felt extreme times. Jennifer then reveals that as she made her womanly hungry, so she devoured her first victim, a foreign exchange student who is believed to have died in the fire. After explaining all this, Jennifer mentions something she planned to eat Anita as well. But even more shocking, on that fateful night, she still had feelings for her best friend. The last second, she had a change of heart and feeding. She exerts extra strength, and Jennifer goes on to explain that after without experiencing pain to demonstrate and can endure virtually any injury at this, she deliberately cuts her hand and makes a large wound, but it heals itself in just a matter of seconds. Overwhelmed by the horrifying revelations, Anita asks Jennifer to leave. The latter complies and jumps from the second floor window, which is about 13 feet off the ground. In the next scene, Anita begins to conduct the unsettling events as of late. For this, she goes into paranormal research so that she can learn more into the cult section of her college library and sacrifices to Satans. After a lot of starts reading books about occult and virgin is actually a succubus. We are at research, she finally learns that her best friend knew that. A supernatural being that feeds on flesh. These beings can only be killed when they are hungry. Findings with her boyfriend Chip, hoping for and weak. Following this, Anita shares her claims and suggests that she may need understanding and support. Unfortunately, he dismisses him can potentially endanger his life. Also, sudden realization hits Anita, prompting her mental assistance. As the two continue chatting, the reason is simple. She knows that being close to him, so he's a douchebag. That's not all. Her to break up with her boyfriend, the in college program. However, Chip angrily, Anita even forbids him from attending the upcoming. He disregards her warnings and walks away. On the day of the college program, Anita determined to keep a watchful eye on her. Meanwhile, Anita anxiously awaits Jennifer's arrival, while Jennifer intercepts Chip, who is on his way up a story, saying that Anita was having a way to attend the program. She cunningly makes an affair with Colin. After this, she leads him to an abandoned pool, using the same seductive tactics she had used, super effective on Chip, to kill her previous victims. They're increasingly concerned when Jennifer does not arrive for a long. Back at the program, Anita grows increasingly while. When she can't take it any longer, she rushes to Chip's house to check on him, but learns that he has already departed for the program. Worried that something bad has happened, reaches the abandoned pool. Anita starts looking around the area, and eventually where she sees Jennifer eat her boyfriend alive. Hot. Alarmed, Anita jumps into the pool without thinking twice and friend. She uses pepper spray on Jennifer, battling her best friend. But this only closes in on Anita, preparing to land the angers the latter. Jennifer with vengeance in her eyes. Final blow. But a wounded Chip summons the last of his strength and impales Jennifer with a pool skimmer. This causes her to lose a lot of blood, making her weak. She then retreats from the scene, realizing that she is vulnerable now. Following this, cradles him in her arms. The two have a heart-touching conversation. Anita rushes to her beloved Chip and passes away. Anita, who is now filled with rage, prepares herself for a path of vengeance. In the middle of the night, she breaks into Jennifer's bedroom through a window and starts between the two. But Jennifer gains the upper hand by attacking her. A fierce fight ensues between sinking her teeth into Anita's shoulder. Her low stop, and she keeps on fighting with all she has got shoulder. Despite this, our protagonist doesn't stop. At one point, she manages to rip a BFF momentarily stop fighting, taking full advantage necklace from Jennifer's neck, prompting her to finally killing her once and for all. Advantage of this opportunity, Anita plunges a utility knife into Jennifer's heart. Moments later, when Jennifer's mom or Anita atop her lifeless daughter's body. This arrives at the room. She is horrified to discover Anita is the reason why Anita ended up in the mental asylum. Jennifer's supernatural powers because of the bite. It is also revealed that she has inherited some of her satanic abilities and escapes them on her shoulder. In the final scene, Anita uses a mental facility. She then hitchhikes a ride, claiming she is following a band. In the credits scene, home videos and crime scene, Anita has exacted low shoulder in their hotel room, as if those idiots could afford a revenge by murdering all of the members of